and Nate. Hello, hello. Please, can you all hear me? Please drop a comment in the chat box. Let me know if you all could hear me. Okay, you all could hear me, right? All right. So we are starting our class now. I just need to confirm if everyone can actually hear me very, very well. All right. You all could hear me again. Like you guys can't hear me again. Can you all hear me, please? We can. I want to know, please. I don't want to jump into class and at the end of the day, nobody is hearing me. Okay. So I believe every one of you could hear me talk. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. You all are welcome. If you have any of your friend that is not in this class, please tell them to join the class now because once I start, I'm not going to go back. Please, Miracle, please drop a message on the what's called Telegram group. Anyone that is not here right now should join because I'm not going to be dropping the recording section for this class tonight. And it's strictly by attendance. Like I said earlier on the group, only the few people that actually join us are going to continue to the next stage. So please inform anyone that is not here right now to actually join because I will be kickstarting this class now and I'm not going to wait for anyone at all. So tonight is going to be very, very what's called powerful because there's a whole lot to learn tonight. I have I'm going to pour everything I know tonight, everything you guys need to know tonight. So I hope everyone is with their pen and your jotters and your learning spirit. So if you have any questions, as usual, I will be taking questions after the class. So as I teach, if you have any questions, just um, drop them in the comment section. And or no, don't drop them in the comments. Just note them down in your notepad. So after the class, I can then answer questions directly. So for now, um, I'm going to be sharing my screen right now for you guys to actually see um, what we'll be doing tonight. So you all are welcome. The class is not recorded. The class is not recorded. I'm not recording this class. The class is not recorded. So if you did not join, that's all. And I'm going to mark attendance at the end of the class. I intentionally didn't drop the attendance now. It's only those that stay to the end. That's when I'm going to drop the attendance what's called sheet. And the funniest thing, the attendance we're using today, we are going to build the attendance on this call. Yeah, we're going to build the attendance on this call. Hold on, guys. Sorry, we're going to build the attendance on this call. So um, I'm starting now. Please just confirm if you can actually see my screen. Please confirm if you could see my screen. Please let me know if you guys can see my screen right now. Can you all see my screen? All right. All right. All right. So, I'm going to be presenting right now, and okay. So, you guys should just give me a few minutes, please. Let me sort out something. So, you all are welcome tonight. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to day two of the boot camp. We were supposed to hold this class yesterday, but due to one or two reasons, the class couldn't hold. So that's why we are having it today. So I welcome you all to day two. You can't see my screen as how my screen is visible. My voice is not louder as how. Please, if you can't hear me, I'm using my microphone right now. I'm not even using my system inbuilt mic. I'm using a microphone. So if you can't hear me, please kindly exit the live stream and join the live stream again. If you can't hear me clearly, and please make sure you can. Okay, my voice is loud and clear. Fine, fine and good. Someone said my voice is loud and clear. Um, so the class is not going to be recorded, and there's no slide. That's why you have to be in this class. So sorry, you're just coming back from work, but I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it's going to be bigger. I'm going to expand it. I'm going to expand what's called. Okay, can you all see my screen right now? Like the bigger parts, the bigger parts, the bigger parts. Can you all see the full screen now? It's blurry. Oh, well. So I'm going to start this class now. There is no much time to actually waste because I'm having a meeting immediately after this class. So you all are welcome to day two, like I said earlier. So in our previous class, it was all about understanding what automation really means and why automation is actually such a powerful skill for you to learn. And if you could remember in our last class, I talked about how why automation is a good career to go into and why you actually need to learn about AI automation. I defined what automation is, and I think I talk deeper on what you need to know about AI automation. So tonight we are diving deeper into um, one of the favorite tools I love the most, and I think one of the favorite tools that people in the automation space use, which is anything. So tonight is going to be very, very practical. If you actually miss, or yours is your own. So today we'll be diving deep into anything. Now, not because this most of you pronounce it as anything. It's not anything. It's actually anything. My video is on portraits. How? My video can't be on portraits. Like, please, kindly Miracle, is my video on portrait or landscape? So can you all see my screen now? Please kindly confirm if you all could actually see my screen now. I need to know, please. Okay, so it's better, right? All right, since it's better, I think it's time for us to um continue. You guys should give me a minute. I'm coming. Trying to switch screen. So let's start. Like I said today, we are going deeper into what anything is. Please, Miracle, whenever my voice is shaking or there's any issue with the live stream, please just send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll be able to respond very, very well. So, what exactly is automation? So tonight we're going to learn what anything is and what are the benefits of using anything as an automation tool. And you also learn the difference between what a workflow is, automations, and also an AI agent. And you will also learn how to create your anything account and we'll be able to explore the interface of the anything. And also, we are going to be building a real practical workflow from the beginning tonight. So, if you are here, you must make sure you stay to the end so that you won't miss out anything. So now, let's start with the basic questions that a lot of you will actually ask. That's what exactly is anything? What is anything? What exactly is anything? What exactly is anything? Now, anything is actually just a tool. Anything is a tool. At Zapier is also a tool on its own. Anything is a tool that allows you to connect different apps together. Still blurry. I don't understand. Please, you guys are giving me headache. Oh. Please, if your screen is blurry or you can't hear me, please just exit and join the class again. If your screen is blurry, just exit and join the class again. So this one you are saying that my screen is blurry. I don't understand. All right, so let's continue. What exactly is anything and why exactly are we using anything? Now, anything is a node code automation tool that connects your app so they work together automatically to help you save time, reduce error, and make system run while you sleep. So now anything is just a tool that helps you connect different apps together. And ensure that they all work automatically without you touching anything. Now, you can think of anything like this. Let's say you have a Google form where people submit data and a Google Sheet where you store their info, and also a Gmail where you have to send them a thank you message automatically. Normally, you will have to do all these things by yourself. You have to open the form, copy their name, paste it into the sheet, and then send them email one by one. But one thing is, anything has make these things very easier for us because anything connect these apps together. Google Form, Google Sheets, Gmails, everything connected together, and it all runs automatically. You all know what a circuit is, an electric wire in a circuit. You all know how connected both is. And when you switch on your light, it works. And when you switch it off, it goes off. Now, all this switching on of light and switching off of light, if you notice, if you don't connect these wires together, will it work? It won't work. So that's what anything helps us do all these things together. It helps us make all these steps happen automatically. That means the moment someone fill a form, a Google form, it's been uploaded to your Google Sheet, and maybe you want to send them a welcome message or anyone. So when one is switched on, some like filling the form, everything else flows automatically. Just you just need something to trigger it for it to actually continue. Now, I want you to picture it like this. Imagine you have a business or you have a job or you work in a factory. Now, you have in your factory, you have Gmail, you have Google Sheets, you have WhatsApp, and you have Notion. Now, all these tools are workers in your factory, right? Now, each worker is doing their job alone. They don't talk to each other. Now, anything is just like a supervisor. In each factory, any factory you go, there's always a supervisor that monitors whatever is going in that particular factory, that give instructions on anything that is going in that particular factory. Now, each worker in that factory, and remember what are our workers? Our workers are like Gmail, Google Sheets, WhatsApp, and Notion. So anything is just like a supervisor that stands in the middle and say, hey Gmail, when a new message comes in, tell Google Sheets to record it. Remember, he's our supervisor. He's giving instruction to Gmail that when a new message comes in, Gmail, record it to our Google Sheets. Hey, Google Sheets, whenever Gmail record anything in your sheet and someone is added, make sure you inform WhatsApp to send a message. That's just it. It is that simple. Anything is the supervisor that is making sure all these things happens. Gmail, whenever someone send you a message, tell Google Sheets to record it. And Google Sheets, whenever someone is added to your what's called to any column or anything, tell WhatsApp to send them a welcome message. It is that simple. So anything is not replacing your tool, anything is not replacing Gmail, anything is not replacing Google Sheets, but it's just making your work easier by connecting all these tools together so that you won't have to stress yourself. Imagine the number of hours, imagine the number of time you will spend when someone fills a form and you have to copy their names, copy everything they filled in the form, record it in the Google Sheet, and send them a message manually. How many hours? Imagine you have about 500 leads. How many people will you be able to reach in a day? How many details can you copy in a day? But anything comes to make everything easier for us. It connects all these tools. Gmail is a node, Google Sheet is a node, WhatsApp is a node, Telegram is a node, Notion is a node. Talk of any other tools, Zoho CRM is a node. Anytime connect these things together. All these things works independently. We need to find a way that we need to connect them together so that they could be able to communicate with each other. Is someone following me? I need to know if anyone, if the analogy I'm making is actually making sense. So we need to find a way to make sure that all these apps actually works together. Now, so how does it work? How does this thing actually work? It works by what we call a node. Anything has node, which are the building blocks of every automation. Nodes are building blocks of every automation. Now, each node performs one action. A node can receive a data, another node can send an email, another node can save it to a database. You just connect them visually, like drawing a flow. That's what we call That's why we are calling it a workflow. A workflow is a combination of all your connected nodes that you are having. Without node, we can't have a workflow. And without workflow, we can't have an automation. The nodes we are trying to connect together is what is actually making these things to function, is what is making our automation to function. And the beautiful part is you don't need to learn how to code. You don't need to learn how to code. You just drag, connect, and run it. And if you want to later add some complex logic or AI, anything can also handle that too. It's just like, one thing if anything is just like a small kid or all these nodes that you're connecting together. You know, a child will always grow to become an adult if you train it right. Or someone that is learning automation now, there will be a time when you are going to become a professional. You don't just become a professional in a day. So now, this node, the way they work is you have to connect them. The more complex, the more what's called automation you want to run, the more nodes you are going to use. There are some automation that you might not use more than four nodes. And there's some automation. If I don't know if some of you have seen some crazy anything automation, you see like 50 nodes connected. And one thing is, all this node has their own function. Like I said earlier, maybe node A can be to send data, node B can be to send email, node C can be to send notification, node D can be to do something, node E can be to download data. All this node has their own function. When we get to the interface, you'll be able to understand everything I'm trying to explain about all this node. Yeah, someone said just like Nigeria map. Yes, everyone's all states connect together by something. So that's just how nodes works. I hope it's very easy for you guys to understand. You guys actually understand my what's called because I'm trying to break it down. I don't want anyone to be left behind. That even if a 10-year-old is in this class, you'll be able to understand everything I'm about to say here. Now, why are we using anything? What exact reason? Why exactly are we using anything? There are a lot of tools out there. A lot of tools out there. Zapier is there. Make.com is there. A lot of automation tools that I can even mention. Recently, ChatGPT, OpenAI just introduced their own AI agent, agentic AI. So all of them are there. But why anything? Why anything? Why do I think that anything is the best tool for you to learn? Number one, it saves your time. It saves your time. Now, you know, Remember how many times you have to spend a day automating repetitive work? Okay, let's say you work in a company as a secretary, and every day when people comes to buy stuffs in your company, they have a form they have to fill. And once they fill that form, imagine how many hours daily you have to spend copying all your customers' data into a Google Sheet. Or you even want to send them a reminder message that thank you for patronizing us. Thank you for doing this. Imagine the hours you have to spend doing all these things. Or you want to move a Google Sheet from another sheet to a separate sheet. See, if something happens again and again, you don't need to do it manually. That's one thing about automation. Someone like me, I don't like anything that will stress my life. I don't want anything that will stress my life. If there's actually where I can, in fact, this boot camp, just because I needed to teach because when I assuming I wanted to automate this boot camp, I can automate it. I'll just record it and just upload it and you guys would watch live. But I decided not to automate it because I believe when I teach and people are actually there, I just flow. I flow. But if I'm recording, I might not really flow much like that. I'll just go straight to the point. But if people are here, I'll be able to flow very, very well because I believe people are actually watching me, people are listening to me. So if there's something you do manually, you can just teach anything once and it does it for you forever. It's just like you hiring a robot assistant that never sleeps. That even if someone fills a form in the midnight that you are sleeping, because I know a lot of you sleep a lot, that you are sleeping, anything will work for you. Let's say I am running an ad on Facebook. Now, each time someone fills a form on my website, whether it's 10 a.m., whether it's 2 a.m. in the midnight, anything will make sure that everyone that fill that form are saved to my Google Sheet or whatever. Please, it's not only Google Sheet you can store it to. There are a whole lot of CRM. Recently, I just this recently I was working with SharePoint CRM. So there are a lot of CRMs platform that you can store it, not only Google Sheet. I'm just trying to use Google Sheet for you guys to understand what I mean. So anything can actually help you store these leads in your CRM platform, send them a thank you email, and they get onboarded. Instead of you spending 10 minutes every time, anything does it for you. In fact, in 1 3 seconds, while you are sleeping, your system is working for you, working smart. That's automation. That's automation. Now, it's also the second one known is it reduces human error. Now, let's be honest. Yeah, SharePoint is under Microsoft. It's under Microsoft environment. Now, let's be honest. You can forget to follow up. You can forget to reply message. There's sometimes that on WhatsApp, I want to reply a message now, and I just something just came in, maybe a call came in. I can forget to even go back to that message unless that person sends a reminder again. Human are prone to errors. We can never do something have without making a mistake. But automations never forget. As long as you train your automation very, very well, it will do exactly what you ask it to do every single time. If you ask it that anyone, someone fill this form, send them a thank you message. Automation is going to do exactly like that. It's not going to do what you did not ask him to do. It won't do what you did not train him to do. He's working based on what you've trained him to do. He's working based on the data you've provided for him. He's working based on the node you have connected together. And that's just how it works. Even if he did it for the first person, 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%, it will do it exactly the way you want it to be without any error. That's the power of automation. And one thing I love about anything is it is open source and very, very affordable. Most automation tools that most people use, Zapier, Make.com, will ask you to pay once your task increases. But anything is open source. What do I mean by open source? The code is public. Anyone can edit and even host it for free on your own computer or your VPS server. You don't need to pay anybody to host to work with anything. But Zapier, you have to pay. Make.com, you have to pay. So it's just like you owning anything is just like you owning your own car every day instead of you boarding Uber every day. You can host your car yourself. You can brand your car how you wish it to be, and even build your car the way you want it to be. If you like, if you remove the seat way there inside and say now only front seat you want inside your car, now you sabi. As long as it's your own. But Zapier, you don't have any control over what um you have to do. I'm not saying that anything is free. I'm just saying that if you wish to host it on anything server, you have to pay. If you wish to host it on anything server, you have to pay. But if you want to use a VPS server, there are some VPS servers that are going to give a year free. There's Ocean, there's Google, what's called Google hosting. I think they give up to $300 credit for you to host anything, and you can even pay of on any VPS hosting server. There's hosting jar. You can pay as low as 8,900 to host, and you can even host it on your own computer for free. That's using Docker. You can host it on your own computer for free. So, in fact, ever since I've been, I don't even have a personal anything account. I have like 3, 4 accounts that I use. That it was my clients that I've worked for. Because when you begin working for clients, they're going to provide you. Some clients will actually provide you with their own VPS hosted anything accounts. So most, in fact, for the past clients I've been working with, most of them is to provide what's called their own VPS hosting. So I don't even worry about if I need anything account now. It's very easy for me to even get. I can use Ocean to get a 1 year free trial, 1 year hosting for free. So anything is just like there is a whole lot of place to even host it for free. And if you are using GitHub, GitHub can even if you have a student account, let's say you have a student email from your school, you can even use GitHub student what's called to host your anything for a year for free. But Zapier, you can't host Zapier except on their own what's called server. I'm not saying that you can't use Zapier, but you can use Zapier if you can afford the cost. But when you start making money, cost isn't an issue for you. If someone would tell me that a few months ago I'll be able to pay for ChatGPT premium subscription, I'll actually like because I always have this mentality that um the free version will give me everything I want. But bro, since I started paying for the pro version of ChatGPT, I've been getting a whole lot of premium access. So when you start making money, all these tools won't even feel like any issue to you. You'll be able to pay for them because you feel like how much is it? Do I want to pay? How much is it? So it won't be any issue for you. So now let's continue. And I don't want to waste much time on. Let me just rush through. And also, anything works with AIs and APIs. It works perfectly with any AI tools. It can talk with OpenAI. It can talk with ChatGPT. It can talk with Gemini. Any API you can actually imagine. You can build any AI power workflow using anything. You can even build a full customer support running without you or you typing anything. So anything isn't just for automating tasks. You can actually use it to build AI apps, AI agents that helps you work faster. I hope everyone is following me. I hope everyone is following me. Now, Zapier make an anything. Why do I think anything is the best thing to learn? Why do I think anything is the best? So why do I think N10 is the best thing for you to learn now? Because I know a lot of you asking questions. They are either to Zapier, Make.com, all this kind of stuff. Where exactly are we focusing on anything? Because understanding these parts will actually make you think like a real AI automation builder, not just someone who follows tutorials or just spam out random videos. Now, let me give you a simple picture that you never forget. Imagine you are traveling from Lagos to Abuja. Let me not use Abuja. Let me use my hometown. Imagine you are traveling from Ibadan to Lagos. You have three ways to go. Either you go by taxi, or yeah, you can go by motorcycle. I know a lot of people that used to go to Lagos by motorcycle, or you go by your own personal car. Now, remember we said we have three ways you can go to Lagos. You can go by a taxi, that's you going to the garage to board a car at the garage or park where you board cars to travel, or you can drive a motorcycle, right? Or your own personal car. Now, Zapier is just like you entering a taxi. You pay for each trip, you sit down in the car, and the driver takes you there. It's very, very easy. You can't control the car. Just stay your destination and pay. You know, when you want to travel now, do you tell the driver that driver, I don't want you to pass this route, pass this place first before and then we'll now go and pass. No, you can't tell driver where you want because you're not the only one in that car. It's only where driver want to pass through, that's where he wants to pass through. So just imagine Zapier is just like that particular car. You tell it where you are going, you make your payment, and it takes your destination. You can't control the car. Make.com is just like you driving a motorcycle. You have more control, you can take shortcuts, but you must balance yourself, hold your what's called the bike handle very well, and you must be able to understand how traffic works. And it's more faster and more flexible than Zapier. Now, anything, anything is just like you driving your own car. You can go anywhere. You can decide that okay, when I reach so place, I'm going to stop. I'm not going again. You can customize your own car. You can even repaint your own car. All you need to know is just learn how you can drive. Once you learn how can you drive, you are good to go. But just learn how you can drive so that you won't go and jam people on the road. You are completely in charge. You can save money long time. In fact, you own your car. If you like, when you're going on the road, carry people on the road. You are the one in charge. That's the main difference. They are all see. One thing is they are all doing the same thing. They are all doing the same thing. But it's just that the only difference is the level of control, flexibility, and cost is the only difference. That's the only difference between the three. The level of control, the flexibility, and the cost is only the difference. Now, let me talk about Zapier. Remember, I said Zapier is the taxi. Zapier is one of the most oldest and most popular automation tool in the world. It's very one thing why most people go for Zapier is that it's beginner friendly. You can even do an automation within 15-20 minutes, you are done. Now, this is how Zapier works. When someone fills a Google form and you send them an email, that is one zap. That is one zap. So Zapier is perfect for beginners, those that are small business owners who want to just um automate without learning too much. But why I don't like Zapier is that Zapier charges per tax. means every action you perform on Zapier, you have to pay for it. So if 1,000 people fill your form, Zapier counts that 1,000 tags as 1,000 zaps and you have to pay for it. And Zapier doesn't give you full control. If you want to do something advanced like connecting to an API or using some AI logic, it's actually very limited. And you don't have to, like anything now, if I don't want something, I can actually use my code node and just code it. I'm done. Zapier is sweet at the beginning, but very expensive as it grows. But you see, make.com, which is our motorcycle, it's more visible and more flexible than Zapier. You can see your entire workflow like a map, and each bubble is connected to another bubble on what's called on make.com. You can even branch, you can make complex workflows on what's called on make.com, social media posting, marketing automation, CRMs, blah blah blah. But still yet make it still a bit expensive when you start doing large volumes. And also, when you start connecting large APIs or working with AI logics, you have to require some extra setup or some extra modules for it. Another challenge is that make.com only runs on their own server. You can't self-host make.com. If their system goes down today, your workflow is going down. You can't fix it. You just have to wait. You don't have control over it. So make.com is actually very good. But the only issue is you don't own your system. It's just like you renting a house at Lekki, but you know you don't own it. It's very beautiful, but not for you. You don't have any control over it. They can be landlord can come to there and say, I don't want you in my house again. Leave. And that's just it. But anything is a private car, you own it. It's open source. You can, like I said earlier, you can host it on your own computer. You can host it on your VPS. In fact, if you are working in a company and your company is using VPS hosting, you can even host it there. You're not renting it. You own your automation. You own your automation. You're the kind of person that want full control over what you are building. You don't want anybody to interfere on your data. You can actually go for anything. You can go for anything because anything gives you freedom of ownership. You don't have to rent anything. Very, very flexible. Very, very flexible. API friendly. Very, very cheap. Very, very, very cheap. So I hope you guys are following me. Please let me know. Let me know if you guys are following me. Let me know if you guys are following me. Let me know if you guys are actually following me. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if you guys are following me right now. Okay, okay, okay. So now, there's something I tell everyone because there's a lot of questions that most people asked. In fact, I was when I started my automation career, I was also confused. What exact tool should we learn first? Everyone has what they want. If you decide that one thing is seriously, if you know how to use anything, there's no any automation tool that you won't know how to use. If I want to use Zapier today, I know my there was a time I was doing an automation and it was giving me some difficult time. I was like, okay, let me text Power Automate. Don't know maybe any one of you have heard of Power Automate before. It's actually for Microsoft. I was like, let me test Power Automate and see if it's going to give me what I want. And I've never used Power Automate before. That was my first time of knowing about Power Automate. And I built my workflow. It didn't even give me any difficulty or what's called. So if you want to start just as a user, start Zapier. If you want any, I don't know. See, just pick the one. I don't advise people to pick any tool so that I'm not discriminating. But if I feel like anything is the best, that's just it. Because most people that are using Zapier are even one thing is if you know how to use a tool, I swear to God, using the other one is not going to be hard for you. The only thing is Don't learn these three tools at once. You are going to stay confused and you won't even know what next to do. Pick one. Once you are good with that one, if you want to start with anything, start with anything. Once you are professional, you are good with anything. Other platforms. If you want to start with Zapier, start with Zapier. Once you are good with it, move to other platforms. It's fine and good. You don't even have any issues with that. So I don't see any question of which one should I learn first. Anyone you think that actually works for you, learn it first. So now that we have talked about what anything is, we've compared it with other tools and like Zapier and Make.com. Now, before we start building, because we are diving into practical right now, I want you to understand something very clearly because once you understand this thing, it's going to separate you from 90% of automation beginners out there. And what exactly this thing is. Because in every automation, there are three frameworks, three level of automation: the workflow, the automations, and AI agents. Now, if you mix these three words together, you'll be confused. But if you understand the difference, you'll be able to build automation. You won't be able to explain automation to what a 10-year-old can understand. Now, let me start with workflow. A workflow is simply a step by step process that defines what what best definition can I give it? Okay, that define how something should happen. Now, if you want to cook, if you want to cook, let's say you want to cook jollof rice, um, what's it called smoky jollof rice. You have a rice, you have your pepper, you have your seasoning, your pot, your gas cooker, blah, 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 stuff like that. Now, if you want to cook jollof rice, now what's the first process you have to do? Wash your rice, boil your pepper mix, blah, 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 stuff like that. Add seasoning, then pour rice into the pot and stir. That is a step by step order on how you can actually cook what's called jollof rice. Now, that exact step by step is what is called a workflow. Now, think of that place where you are cooking it. That's anything. Anything is your own kitchen. The workflow are the ingredients, the step by step process you use to cook before it became a jollof rice. Where you are cooking it is your kitchen, and your kitchen is your anything. Workflow is a step by step process that you use to build anything, and where you are building it is your kitchen, which is anything. Where you are building it is your kitchen, it can be Zapier. Where you are building it is your kitchen, it can be Make.com. Whatever kitchen you are using, that's what workflow is. It. So, in simple English, a workflow is how something will happen. It's not only yet. It's just a blueprint of what is going to happen. Now, if I connect a Google Form, a Google Sheet, and a Gmail, if I don't run it, it won't run. But all the connection I have done, it's a workflow. It's a workflow. I hope you guys understand. Now, what is automation? I've defined what automation is. I said in my previous class, I talked about automation, how it helps you save time. Now, in this analogy, remember our workflow is the recipe, recipe or whatever. I'm not an English student. I beg. So now your workflow is the recipe or recipe. Yeah. Now, automation is when the food starts cooking automatically without you touching anything. If you okay now, after you've boiled your pepper mix, fried your pepper, stuff like that, you pour your rice into it. Will you go and sit down and be what's called and be how would I want what can I even say? Sef? You know, that food will cook automatically without you doing anything Or will you be the one to cook the rice? You're not the one to cook the rice. Just pour everything and let it do what it wants to do. So let's go back to my own jollof example. Now, imagine you press your own gas cooker. The rice washes itself, the ingredients jump in, and the food cook by itself. That is automation. In tech, it means you've connected your workflow to a trigger. What is a trigger? A trigger is something that tells it when to start automatically. Your trigger can be different. When we get to the interface, you understand what I mean by a trigger. Your trigger can be when someone submit a form, that's this thing. Your trigger can be when you activate your workflow. Your trigger can be this. Your trigger can be anyone. Do you know that? Okay, how many of you know Olushola on IG, a very popular finance and business coach on IG? Now, even if it's not even only IG, if you go to all these IGs that they will tell you, if you want this particular thing, drop a DM, and you see them reply to over 5,000 people. Do you think they are the one replying to all those messages, all those comments? They're the one replying. They have automated everything. When you drop that particular word, bam, it will trigger that workflow and it will send you a DM to your Instagram DM or even Facebook. You don't even know how the magic happens, because I know most of you even feel like, "Ah, I drop a comment on someone Instagram within 1 minute I already got a DM." That's automation. You're not there. If maybe when you drop that comment at 3 a.m., maybe the person is even sleeping safe. You don't even know. Maybe the person is even sleeping and you already got a DM. That's automation. Okay, if you go to LinkedIn now, do you think everyone that is replying all your comments on LinkedIn is actually reading the comments one by one? No, most of them have automated it. So that's automation. The workflow is just the plan. Your automation is just the running engine. That's the plan in action. Now, let me make another analogy to make it out, because I'm going to break it down for you guys for you to understand. I don't want anybody to come after this class and say you don't understand anything. I'm trying to come to the lowest level I can to actually break this thing down. Let's say in your morning routine, wake up, brush your teeth, pray, take your bath, eat breakfast, go to your work. Now, that is your workflow. It's your plan. Now, let's say these days now, some homes have some smart homes that wakes you up with a music, turns on your light, starts the shower. Do you know that there are some home right now just have to speak to it and the light will on. Siri, turn the light on. Bam, light will come up. Siri, off the light. Bam, light will go off. That's just it. That's automation. Let me tell you guys a crazy story of it's not actually now, it has happened a few years back, not now. I think it was during COVID. Yeah, it was during COVID. So that day I went to MTN office to do a welcome back. So during COVID, you have to use nose masks, you have to wash your hands, use sanitizer, stuff like that. So that day, I have put soap in my hand. That's their liquid soap. Now, I got to the tap. I'm just like I kept pressing, that tap handle. I was just, oh God, where will I press for that to come out? I was confused. And someone just washed his hand and just left right now. And I don't even know where to press for water to come out. I was like, "Omo." And I don't want to ask for help because I was shy. Maybe I don't think so, I'm a village guy. And it's true. That was the first time I knew something like that exists. I don't want to shame myself. So, and like I was just there, just looking for long until when the security actually came to me. I was like, is there any problem? I told him, "Omo, I don't know where to tap for water to come out." He was like, just put your hand on that. and water will start coming out. And I say, ah, Jesus Christ, poverty is a bastard. That was few years back. Oh, that was so long. Immediately I put my hand and water was coming out. That's automation. If I don't put my hand, will water come out? Water won't come out. Now, me putting my hand under that tap is what triggered that tap to bring out water. That's just it. Something must trigger your workflow. Me putting my hand under that tap is what triggered that tap to bring out water. There are some hotels now that if you lodge, you don't even need to praise anything. Water, just stay under the shower and water will start coming out. Whether you want, in fact, some hotels are using buttons. No, if you go to all these expensive hotels, they're using buttons. If you want hot water, press hot. If you want cold, press cold. That's automation. How does it work? Automation. Nowadays, if you want to go to people, just some hotels now, you use card. Just put your card. Once you put your card, lights will on. That's automation. So it's not only we even in it's not only in tech that they use automation, even in the physical world, they use automation for day-to-day activities. So automation is the process running by itself. Now, what is an AI agent? What is an AI agent? AI agent is where automation becomes so intelligent because automation follow fixed rule. Do you guys understand? It's what you tell automation to do, that's what it will do. If you tell automation that when A happens, let do B. But you see, AI agent can think, can decide, and can respond differently based on the situation on ground. Now, let me make this analogy again. Imagine you hire two workers. Worker one is your automation. You tell him that every time a customer orders food, send them a thank you message. He will do it very perfectly, but he can't think. Even if someone says cancel my order, he will still say thank you for ordering. But you see, AI agents, you train him to read messages, you train him to understand context, you train him on the best response he's going to give to customers. If customer says cancel my order, he knows the right response to give to that customer. If customer says how much are you selling this, he knows the best price to give to that customer. If some customer says good job, he knows how to do what the next response is supposed to say. So an AI agent doesn't follow automation. It doesn't follow fixed rule. It follows everything, all your FAQs, everything you have in your data, it reads them, it thinks about it, and know the best answer to give. Very intelligent. That's when you start building your AI customer support chatbots, you start understanding how to use AI agents for your what's called for building these particular workflows. And it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Because why am I trying to differentiate these three things? Is because when you start working with clients, you hear them saying things like, we want to automate our lead generation, we want to create an AI assistant, we want to design a workflow. If you don't understand the difference between these three things, you just mix everything up. When they say automation, they mean system running. When they say AI agents, you know what they want and you know what you have to say together. And these three things works like a team. First, you have to design your workflow, which is the skeleton part of your automation. Then you automate it so that it runs automatically. Then you add intelligence so that it learns, adapt, and replies on whatever FAQs you have given it to reply on. Every advanced automation you see online, everyone, maybe a chatbot, content generation, everything follow this pattern. That's the formula behind all powerful automation system. So now that's just it about this thing. Now the next thing is for us to what's called go through the N10 interface and see how you can actually create an account on anything. It's time to get our hands dirty, and because one thing is theory without practice is just entertainment. So this section is where we actually try to do something cool. I will walk you through every single step by step until you're done. By the end of this section, you will not only have your own anything workspace ready, you will also understand how it moves and how you can actually automate um your workflow. So I'm going to share my screen now. We are going to get our hands ready. Let me anything. So let me share my screen again. So let me know if you can see my screen. So I guess you all could see my screen. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen now, and yeah. So now all you have to do is just search for anything.io. Sorry, anything. Can you guys see my screen? Yes. So always click on anything.io. There are two main ways to use anything. Like I said earlier, there's anything cloud, which is the self-hosted version. You don't need to install anything. Just sign up on the website, and boom, your what's called your workflow is ready. And there's a self-hosted one. That means you can run and you can install anything on your own computer and or your VPS. This one is more advanced, but later on in the bootcamp we are going to do this because this one gives you full control. But for now, for today's class, we're going to be using what's called my screen is bloody. Okay, please, my screen cannot be bloody. Joe. So so all you have to do now is just go to your browser. If you are with your PC, you can just follow me as we go. Just check on anything.cloud, anything.cloud or anything.io, anyone. So just click on it. So once you click on it, click on get started. So once you click on get started, yeah. I already said there's no recording. I already said from the beginning of this class that I'm not recording this class. Yeah, using anything.io, anything.io. I already said from the beginning of this class that there is no recording. So, hey, okay, is it back now, Miracle? Sorry, I think it's the network. Rain is falling right now. The network is doing shaky, shaky. Am I good now? Is the voice good now, Miracle? Are we good now? Can you all hear me now, please? Okay, my audio is good now. Okay. So let me continue the what's called. Let me continue to what trying to say about cloud. You can just choose any random name. Let me just use it. Company email. Let me just use any random email. Let me use this. I think I've used this email before for anything cloud, but let me try it. Sorry. So let me use this Nest. Let me use Nest Academy for it. Please, if my voice is keeping. Please, can you all see my screen? Oh, I'm not sharing the right screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Fuck. Fuck. I'm sorry, please. Yeah, my screen isn't moving. Please just hold on, please. So this is the N10 registration platform. So this is the N10 registration platform. Once you click on register, it's going to bring you here where you're able to sign up for your account. So can you all see my screen now? So once you click on my voice is breaking and my screen is blue. My screen is not blue. I'm back. I'm fully back now. I've done the other editings I think I need to do. So just click on start your 14 days free trial. So I'm going to go head over to the registration again. Let me just use random email channel. So please just follow me. I'm doing the registration. It's something very easy for you to do. Just follow me. Hey, my screen is starting. Yes, I'm currently what's called doing the registration process. So that's why you are here. So let me just finish the registration process for us to dive into um to what's called. So just fill in your details. Once you fill in your details, it's going to bring you to the Anytime platforms. Just click on register. So because I have another account, I'm not going to go through this process, but it's a very, very easy process for you to do once you go through this process. So let me just head over to the Anytime interface for you to see how the interface actually works when you sign up on anything. So I'm not going to go through the registration again because it's something I've done before. So this is the anything account I am using before. It's actually still a free trial account. So let me just wait for it to finish. Please, some of you that are complaining, please, I don't know. There are two live streams. Please head up. You guys should go back to the um horizontal, not the vertical live stream. Please, I heard some of you are using. What's wrong with my network? Okay, so here is how the what's called the N10 workflow looks like when you sign up on their platforms. Screen is still blurry. Please, you guys should go back to the vertical, not the vertical what's called. I don't know why this live stream is splitting into two. There's another live stream that has the vertical what's called. I don't know. So once you've registered and you've done all those kind of stuff, so let me just walk you guys through um the N10 dashboard. You just the company email is your personal email. The company email is your personal email. That's just it. So here's how the N10 dashboard works. All these big empty canvas you are seeing right here in the middle of your screen is called a canvas. This is your playground. This is where you build all your workflow. Now, all these things, think of it like a whiteboard where you draw lines between boxes, and all these boxes is what is called a node. Remember, I defined what a node is earlier, and each node performs one task like sending an email, getting data, or what's called saving something to Google Sheets. You can drag, connect them here visually, no code and no stress. And this node panel, the plus here, I hope you guys are following me. I can't zoom in. So the plus here is where you have all your node buttons. This is your trigger on app event. So this plus button, you see a lot of apps and tools, Gmails, Google Sheets, Telegram, Slack, OpenAI, your HTTP request, your trigger, a lot of them. So this is just like your own toolbox. Whenever you want to connect any app, all you have to do is click on the plus button here and you come here and pick any app. Let's say I want to send a Gmail node. I'll just come here and click on the Gmail node. Can you see we have Gmail, we have Google Gemini, like a whole lot of them, Figma. You even have Figma here, we have Telegram, we have a lot of them, CRM, Hugging Face, stuffs like that. So just click on the Gmail node, just click on the Gmail node, and you can actually pick the Gmail node. From there, you can pick maybe whenever this was called trigger. Whenever any message enters, this is going to trigger um your workflow. And also, if you want to talk to ChatGPT, You can just search for Open AI, Open AI here, and once you connect what's called your stuff like that, it's just that's just how it works. This is where your toolbox is. No one else when we start building automation workflows, when we go deeper, you understand what each of these nodes do. And the top bar is your control panel. So this is where you share your workflow, and this is where you save your progress, and also this is where you can actually name your workflow. You can just click on it to rename your own project. You can name it like any project you want to name it. You can also see a toggle button here. So this toggle button has whenever you build a workflow in a testing stage, you don't turn it on. So until when you are done and you are sure your workflow is ready to go live, just turn it on and your workflow will go live that you don't even need to interfere. But when it is inactive, you have to come and trigger it first. But when it is live, you don't need to trigger it. It will just go like that. To run automatically. And also on the right side here is where you have the node I told you earlier, and also like everything is here, your parameters, everything, blah blah stuff like that. And here on the bottom is where you have your execution logs. So what this execution log is, sometimes when you test any workflow, anything will always show a log here, and this log it will actually tell you whether your workflow succeed or it didn't succeed, and it will tell you how long the workflow took and what type of data actually comes out. So this are on what's called log here is actually like your report card. It helps you know whether your steps worked as expected. And also, here is where you have a variety of templates. There are a lot of people that have done the work for you, but I won't even go to this now because when I go to this, a lot of you are very, very lazy. Start using templates. But one thing is, if you start using templates, you won't understand how what's called um, automation works. Now, in every automation, in every workflow, in every workflow, my screen is blurry as hell. Please, you guys should use the highest quality. Please, you guys should use the highest quality. Okay, I came from the second one. Please, you guys should use the highest quality. Please. So, in every workflow, there is a trigger node. Please, there's a trigger node. Now, this trigger node starts the workflow. There are a lot of trigger nodes. There is Gmail. Each node, each AI apps has their own trigger node. Gmail has its own trigger node. Now, like for Gmail now, let me search for Gmail. For Gmail now, its own trigger node can be whenever you receive a mail, trigger this workflow. So this is Gmail's trigger. So this Gmail's trigger. Now, what this trigger actually does is whenever a new mail is submitted, trigger this workflow. A trigger is what starts your automation. If your automation does not have a trigger, your automation cannot work. A trigger is what starts your automation. If your automation does not have a trigger, your automation won't work. Now, we also have the action node. The action node are what actually happens after your trigger node triggers the workflow. Let's say your trigger node is when someone fill a form. Now, when someone fills a form, what do we expect that workflows to do? Those are the action node. We also have the logic node. Now, this logic node helps you to make decision helps you to make decision that if this happens, what should we do? If this emails contains an invoice, what should we do? If it's actually this, do otherwise. So once you master these three things, your trigger node, your action node, and your logic node, it will be very, very easy for you to actually build any workflow. Any workflow. So if you already have signed up, I don't know, maybe any one of you is practicing, just go there, explore the interface, and see how it works. Now, before we continue, there are some of the common mistakes most beginners make when it comes to building workflow. When it comes to building workflow, and and I want you guys to actually avoid them because most of you will make all these small, small mistakes. Now, the first one is some people forget to add notes, but they don't connect them. If you don't connect your notes together, they won't run. If I don't connect note A to note B, it will run. Now, if you don't check the output to see what is bringing out, hmm, you might just be doing rubbish. And also, hmm, you see this thing I'm about to say now. There was a time in my early stage of this career, I built. In fact, it's not even in my early stage. Even up to now, I still do that kind of mistake because you see, anything is just like Microsoft Word. Okay, I think Microsoft Word has a feature that when you type a document and you forget to save, you can still come back to it. But anything, hmm, if you spend hours building a workflow, bro, and you didn't save it, what law, it is gone. So please, after editing any workflow, make sure you save because anything doesn't save by default, except if you actually set it to auto save. But don't worry now. When you build workflow for 5 hours and you didn't save, I know it's going to teach you lesson on what you need to do. So now, after all this being said, let's get our hands dirty. Let's build a workflow and actually see how it works. Now, remember I said in any workflow starts with a trigger. Any workflow in this life starts with a trigger. Now, let's say um I want to create a form, the attendance form for this bootcamp. Let me see if can, let me create a custom form. Let's go to Lovable. Let me create a custom form. You guys should hold on, please. Let me create a custom form for this bootcamp so that you guys could actually see a custom form bootcamp because everyone is going to create an assignment. You lost over 24 hours workflow built because you didn't save. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, it happens. So let me just sign out and log in. So, so now we want to start an automation, and this automation I want to do is I want to create an attendance sheet it for this particular class. Whenever you fill in form that you can use to build your own form, but I'm not using the N10 form for now. I want to use my own personal form for this particular what's called for this particular workflow. So let me create a custom form for myself. Um, I need to create. I hope you all can see my screen. I need to create an attendance form link for my bootcamp, and here are the details. Here are the details I want it to have: name, name, email, phone number, and what you learned, what you learned today. And I want a submission button for it. And I also want, now, remember I said each workflow starts with a trigger node. Now, for this workflow I want to build, I want to start my own trigger node with a webhook request. With a what? With a webhook request. That is, whenever someone fills that form, it will trigger my workflow. So just go to the node panel and just click on webhook. Now, in webhook, you have to make sure that anywhere you are pointing your workflows to, you must be pointing into this webhook URL, right? You must be pointing into this webhook URL, right? So now I'm just going to copy the webhook URL and just paste it to our lovable. So I also want the submission button to point to this webhook, webhook, webhook URL post. Sorry, I have to change this to post to this post URL, and let's see what Lovable has for us. Let's see the form we have in. So it's currently creating our form for us, and let me see what we are having. Please, can you all hear me? Miracle, please, can you hear me? So we are currently building a form. Yes, Lovable is different from anything. Lovable is different from anything. I'm the reason why I'm using Lovable is I want to create a custom form for my workflow. That's why I'm using Lovable. So you can also use the anything built in form, but I always love something unique and beautiful. So that's why I'm using Lovable. So let's see what Lovable has for us. For this what's called for this form. So it's still building our form for us. It's still building. Let's see what it's implementing. So done. Our form is, let's see what we have. So Lovable has built our form for us. Can you see the form? So let me just, so this is the form Lovable built for us. And this is the form we are using for our anything bootcamp. So can you all see the attendance form that I just built using any Lovable? Now, so once we are done with the form and you have also posted our webhook URL to submit to our workflow. So I'm now going to head over back to anything, and I'm going to listen for text events to hear what anything is going to give us. And let me fill the form. Let me fill the form. Jokote Emmanuel. And let me use um no, let me use this. Yes. So what I learned today, I learned a lot. So let me submit the attendance. Now, I just submitted the attendance, and can you see we already have our form here? Can you see the details I just filled right now? You can use Google Forms also, but Google Form, there's a way you have to connect your webhook to Google Form using App Script. You have to use App Script to connect Google Form to what's called to anything. So now our details is here already. These are the form I filled. These are the form I filled. My name, manager Koto system, blah blah blah, stuff like that. I learned a lot. Submitted at time. So now, because there are a lot of data coming in, I'll have to use the set node to actually get the important things I need from my webhook. Don't get confused. Don't get confused. What this why I'm using the set node is because I only need four things from now we have a lot of output here, a lot of output, and I don't need all of them. All what I need is my body, the name, the email, phone number, and what we learned and submitted that. So I'm going to just drag it. That's the data we have here. Drag it here. That's the first thing we have. Then add another field. Sorry. Then add another field. Drag it here again. Then have another field. Drag it here again. Then add another field and drag it here again, and that's all. Then I can, if I want to make it more personalized, I can put the time when he or she submitted this data. And when you execute this step, can you see this is the only four things I have in my workflow, in my output data, compared to all these pools of output data I have here. But here, this only what I have here in this output data. You guys should not get confused. You guys should not get confused. So now this is what I only have here in this output data. This is my input and this is my output. And why I'm using this edit field here is because I have a lot of data coming in and I don't need all of them. I only need five things. That's the name, the email, the phone number, and the learnings and date which the person submitted their attendance. That's why I'm using this edit field node. And once I'm done with that edit field node, I can create a Google Sheet where my data is going to be uploaded. I can create a new Google Sheet where this data is going to be uploaded. Or if I wish, I can send them an email. But let's create a Google Sheet for it first, where our leads are going to be um, uploaded. So now for you to use the Google Sheets first, you have to connect your anything account. It's very easy. Once you click on as me, I want to reconnect now, just click on sign in with Google. Once you click on sign in with Google, you interact it to connect to anything account you want to connect to, and you're just good to go. So that's just it about this. So I'm just going to I'm just going to connect my anything account to it. So just click on continue. So I'm going to create a Google Sheet. So I'm going to create a Google Sheet for this particular what's called um, workflow. So um, this is the Google Sheet where we are storing all the leads into. So I'm just going to create a blank spreadsheet for you guys to see. And this blank spreadsheet is going to have now what do we have here in our notes? What do we have here? Okay, let me we have the name, we have email, we have the phone number, we have the learnings, and we also have the submitted that. So these are what we are going to be putting in our column here. The first one we have is the name. Then we also have the email. Then we also have the phone number, and we also have the learnings, and we also have the date of submission. That's just it. Then let me just rename what's called our spreadsheet. Let me just use it. Let me just use bootcamp, bootcamp attendance, and that's just it. So now I've created a Google Sheet already for my workflow. I'm too fast. Okay, let me take it slowly. Let me take it slowly. Some people are saying I'm too fast. So now, after I've created a Google Sheet for where we are storing, uh, someone said this thing is not fun. It's very simple, like very very simple for you. Don't be lost. Don't be lost. Now, now after I've created a Google Sheet already, this is the Google Sheet I created where I'll be storing everyone that filled the form. Remember, we've created a form already. And now, everyone that filled that form, we want all their details to be coming into this Google Sheet. That's why I created this Google Sheet document. The document I want to upload the details, which is the bootcamp attendance. I'm also going to choose the sheet number. Now, if you notice from our sheet, from our Google Sheet, how many columns do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns in our Google Sheet, right? Now, if you come here back to our workflow, can you see the sheet we have in our Google Sheet? It is back here already in our anything node. The name, the email, the phone number, the learnings, and the date of submission. Very easy. So it's all the notes that are in our, it's all the details that are in our Google Sheet. That's what anything fetch out for us. And the only thing you have to do now is just to drag and drop. Now, remember in our input, we have the name. Where the name input is, all I have to do is to drag it and bring it to where name is located. And the email also, all I have to do is to drag it and bring it where email is located. And for the phone number, all I have to do is to drag it and bring it to where phone number is. And for the learnings, all I have to do is to drag it and bring it to where the learning is. And for the date of submission, all I have to do is to drag it. Very simple. All you have to do is just drag and drop. There is no magic here. We have already created a Google Sheet already. And anything that has helped us fetch all the rows in our Google Sheet, all we have to do is to append, drag our input, and drag it to these columns, drag our input, drag it to this column, drag our input. Because one thing is, if I remember I said your note must be connected together. If this Google Sheet is not connected to this input, it's not going to come out. So and we have already dragged and dropped. And when I click on execute step, immediately I click on execute step, all these details are going to go back to our Google Sheet. Execute step. Can we see? So now let me go back to our Google Sheet. Can you see the details I just filled right now in our Google Sheet? Very simple. Now, imagine if I have to copy this one by one. This is what I just filled just now. Very, very simple. Very simple. So that's just how it works. Now, if I want to expand this workflow, Now, if I want to expand this workflow right here, if I want to expand this workflow right here, I can even let them send a Gmail message that, okay, I can add the Gmail node, I can add the Gmail node and just use the send a message node. Now, when I click on send a message node, I've already connected my Gmail account. I taught you how to connect your account using the Google Sheet. It's still the same process. Just connect, and it's going to automatically connect your what's called Google account. Now, the operation is to send a message, send a mail. Now, who are we sending that mail to? That is why we have the tool that is here. Who are we sending that message to? And the email is what we are dragging here. That's just it. And who are we? What is the subject of the mail we are trying to send? And the subject we are trying to send is attendance received. That's all. And what is the email type? Your email type can be a text, your email type can be an HTML. But for this, we are going to be using text. And what message am I putting? I'm just going to write hello. You can even make it more personalized that you can even drag the person's name to it. Just click on hello. Sorry, hello. Drag the person's name. Thank you for thank you for attending day 2 of our bootcamp. Your attendance have been received. Yours sincerely, Ness Academy. That's just it. And when I click on execute, it's going to send me a mail. Can you see? Success. It has sent me. Now let me go to my Gmail and see what I just sent right now. Let me go to my Gmail. Now, can you see the message I just received that just now? 0 minutes ago. Hey, Jokuto Emmanuel, thank you for attending the 2 hour bootcamp. Your attendance has been received. That's just it. That's just it. It's very easy. Just connect and drop. Let me come again. Our workflow starts with a trigger, which is the webhook request. And because we are having a lot of data here, we're having too much of data here, which is from here. We don't need all these things that we are seeing here. We don't need all of them. That's why I'm using this edit node. Now, what this edit node does is we only need 5 important fields that we only need to pass to the next node. We don't want to pass all this yama yama to the next node. We only need 5 things to pass to the next node. That's why we are using this edit feed. And for this append to a Google sheet, and because we need to store this lead to a Google sheet, that's why we are using append to a Google sheet. That's why we are using append to a Google sheet. And the reason why we are using send a message is for us to be able to send on what's called a message. See, one thing is it's going to look confusing at first, but when you get your hands dirty and start building, you what's called you understand better. But it's as easy as this. Very, very easy as this. Let me like someone said all the classes lost. As how I'm doing my best to break it down that even a 10-year-old can understand. So why is everyone lost? Why are you lost? Why are you guys lost? I don't understand. What's happening? Why are you lost? You guys should not be lost too. Why are you lost? It's not hard. You guys can't see. Jesus Christ. Hey. The skin is blowing is because see you guys will change it to 720p. It's going to become out well. It's because most of you are using.
Yes, Evie, you can filter the date to fit our desired format. Yes, you can use the noun what's called just use the noun JSON format to filter the dates. Your webhook isn't connecting. How is it not connecting? You got lost at webhook. Okay. How to connect Google Sheets. We are not connecting Google Sheets to Lovable. The reason why we are using Lovable is because we needed to build a custom form. Now, you can decide that you don't want to use a custom form on Lovable. You can decide to build your own form yourself. So the reason why we are using Lovable is because we want to build a custom sheet. That's the exact reason why we are using Lovable. So you can decide not to use what's called Lovable or any what's called any form you want to use. It all depends on what you want for yourself, right? Okay, now I think most of you are having issues with the webhook connection. Webhook connection, right? So let me go through that webhook connection from the beginning again. Please, I'm not going to repeat myself now. I'm not going to repeat myself now. Let me go through the webhook connection again from the beginning. I'm not going to repeat myself now. You guys should listen attentively. You guys should do what? You should listen attentively. So now, first of all, the reason why I told you guys earlier that every workflow must start with a trigger, right? Every workflow you are building must start you with a trigger, right? And the reason why we are using our form, you can decide to use any 10 form. Any 10 form is there. You can decide to use Google form, any form, even Zoho form. You can decide to use it. But I just decide to use Lovable to build my own custom form. That was why we went to Lovable to build a form for ourselves. So now let me hold on. You guys should hold on. Um, Let me share my screen again. Let's go back. Let me share my screen again. So now I'm sharing my screen now. So first of all, we have to let me create another workflow. Let me create another workflow because of you guys. Now we're going to add our webhook first. We're going to add our webhook first, and you change the post to post request. And we are using this URL. We are telling Lovable that Lovable whenever someone submits the form, please send it to my webhook, and this is the URL we are using. Now, one thing is there's two URL. There's production URL, there is the test URL. This test URL, you are only using this test URL when you are still in the development process. That means when your workflow is not ready to go live, yeah, that's when you'll be using this test URL. Now, if you want to use the production URL, that's when you know that you are ready for your workflow to go live. That's when you use the what's called the production URL, right? So now what I'm going to do is at this post URL, because now you guys are just getting confused. I'm trying my best to break it down in a layman that everyone can easily understand, right? So now I'm going to come over to Lovable. I'm going to come over to Lovable, and I'm going to tell him that I need to create an attendance form link. From it's just like as if you are chatting with ChatGPT. If you are using Lovable is not an anything tool. Lovable is a vibe coding tool on its own, right? Lovable is a vibe coding tool. So now all I have to do is just to come to Lovable, tell him Lovable that okay, Lovable, Lovable, I need to create an attendance form link for my bootcamp, and here are the details I want it to have: the name, the email, the phone number, what you learned today, and you will now tell Lovable that I want the submission button for it, and I also want the submission to point to this webhook URL post. That's when you now come back here and now copy this particular test URL and go back to Lovable, right? And paste the URL and let Lovable do its work. So now I'm waiting for Lovable. Okay, I've sent it already. I'm waiting for Lovable to do its work. So let's wait. Let's hold on. So time for it to load. I get my network. Okay, it's already working. It's working already. So let's see what Lovable has for us. You guys should hold on, oh, because I'm going to take attendance after this class. You guys should hold on. Don't leave, oh, because it's you guys that say you don't understand. So I'm trying to break it down again for you guys to understand, though. Uh-huh. Yes. While using Lovable, I asked it to point to my particular webhook URL, right? That's exactly what I did. I asked it to point to my particular webhook URL. That's why we are like if you see now for here now, I asked it that point to this particular URL here. Now I can even comment that okay, use it, point it here. What? Mm. Mm-mm. And then, well, not of the church. Mm-mm. So now you can. I will just tell it to change it to this URL, and let's see what it has for us again. If you are using Google Form is another scenario entirely on its own. Google Form is not as direct as this. If you are using Google Form, you have to use an app script. There's a code you have to build from what's called from ChatGPT, and you're going to paste it into Google Form app script. Google Form has another scenario entirely on its own. It's not as direct as this one. So there are a lot of forms. In fact, there are a lot of forms out there. Jot forms, Zoho forms. One thing is as you keep building more workflows, the more you practice on your own, the more you keep learning. That's what I used to tell people. If you just after class you just dump and you don't practice on your own, how do you want to master it? After class, I expect you to go back home now. What you've learned, I want you to go back, practice what you've learned over and over and over and over and over again. There are a lot of forms out there. You can even challenge yourself that okay, our tutor used Lovable. I don't want to use Lovable. I want to use Jot form. I want to use Zoho form. I want to use Google form. I want to use anything form. Any form. Just make sure you challenge yourself to you can one thing is I might feel like okay, this is what I want. You might see a client, maybe when you start working with a real client, with workflow, you might see a client that will tell you that okay, this is the kind of form that we work with, right? So every client has what the systems they use. So it depends on the kind of clients you are going to work with. Some might feel like okay, let's use Jot form, let's use Tally, any blah 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 stuff like that. That's how it works. So now it has updated already. So now what I'm going to do is right. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to publish it. So I'm going to publish it now, right? Now I have my form here already. So what I'm going to do now is to fill this form up, and fill the details. I learned something new today, right? So now come back to anything, click your workflow, listen for text events, come back to this form and let's submit. Now, can you guys see the form we just submitted just now? We have the name, the email, the phone number, and the learning and the date of submission. Now, the issue is we need to add an edit field because the reason why we are using an edit field is that we have a lot of information coming in. Like all these things now, we don't need them. The important things we need is in the body section of our web, which is the name, the email, the phone number, the learners, and the date of submission. That's exactly what we need. So what I need to do now is just to drag this name, bring it. It's very as easy as that. Drag the email also from here, put it here, right? Drag the phone number, put it there, and also the date of submission, drag it and put it there. Now, if I execute it, can you guys see we have a clean sheet here compared to the dumps of data that we have here, right? We have the important field that we need compared to the dumps of data that we have by my left hand side. So now, all the details I want it to fill into my Google Sheet. What will I do next? I will add my Google Sheet, right? I'll add my Google Sheet and click on append row in a sheet, right? When I click on append row, I'm going to choose the document I want to fill in, which is the bootcamp attendance. I'm going to choose the sheet, which is the sheet one, and it's going to bring out all the columns, right? It's going to bring out all the columns. All I have to do is just bring the name, drag it here, right? Bring the email, drag it here, right? Bring the phone number, drag it here, right? And the date of submission, bring it and drag it here. It's as simple as that. Now, when I click on execute, it's going to fill in my now. Come back to my sheet. Can you see the data I just filled just now? The data I just filled just now, the second one, can you see it here? It's as easy as that. Come back to my NA10 again. Now, I said if I want to move this workflow further, what I can do is just to click on Gmail, right? And I can just click on send a message to them. What kind of message I want to now? Just drag the email address I want to send the message to, right? And the subject, day two attendance booked, right? And the email I can each text, thank you, thank you for attending day two bootcamp. If I click on execute step, that sends me a mail. If I go check my Gmail right now, I'm going to get a mail. It's as easy as that, right? It's as easy as that. Now that I'm done with this workflow, right? If I want it to go live, all I have to do is just to use the production URL, copy it, and come back to Lovable, right? Come back to Lovable, change the test URL to production webhook. I'm going to drop the production webhook to him and let it do its work. So it's currently updating into the production URL, right? So let's wait for it to finish. You guys, okay. I'm going to make an exemption tonight. I'm going to make an exemption tonight for those that want to practice over and over and over and again. I'm going to drop the recording section. I'm going to record it. It's currently recorded actually, so I'm going to drop it after the class because I'm giving you guys assignments and it must be submitted tomorrow by 6 p.m. I'm giving you guys an assignment and it must be asked the previous cohorts, the previous classes I've been holding. I don't joke with assignments and I don't joke with attendance. See, you guys are shooting yourself in the leg. Ask the what's called the previous cohorts. You guys are shooting yourself in the leg. You there's a whole lot to learn. You guys don't know that the more you put in the seriousness, yes, with the production webhook, you don't need to click listen to the webhook. It will just go automatically. It will just run automatically. So I've changed it to hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'll change it to the let me see. I want to update it so that you guys can fill it and fill the form. So it's currently updating. I want it to go live so that I can drop the link and you guys will automatically fill it so that everyone can mark the, okay, so it has gone live already, and let me just fill it up. So it should work. I wonder. So I'm going to fill it now. You guys notice that I didn't listen for any webhook, right? So because my workflow is live, I learned something new. So if I come to my execution, it's worked. And if I come to my Google Sheets, it's worked, right? It's worked. Here's the details I just filled in my Google Sheet. So let me just drop the link in the chat spot. I've dropped the link. Everyone should quickly fill the attendance. I've dropped the link. I've dropped the link. Everybody should fill the attendance. So I want you guys to be seeing what is going to be happening on the attendance sheet. So as you guys are filling it, it will be updating this form. I'm not touching anything right now. So I've dropped the link. Everyone should start filling it up. Start filling the attendance link now. Start filling the attendance link. I'll drop the link. The first person to fill it, can you see? Can you see how it's updating itself? Ahmed, I've seen your own. Izechuku, I'm seeing your own. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Samuel, Zika, Abdulrazak, I've seen your own. Ogechi Joy, I've seen your own. Can you see? Can you guys see my screen? Can you see how it's updating itself? I'm not touching it, and as it is, if I don't stop it, if I don't touch anything, it can run for years. Whereby even next year, if anybody, as long as anything still exists, even if anybody fill this form, it's going to update the Google Sheet itself. Can you see it's updating itself? Can you see? I didn't touch anything. It's working by itself. Yes, I talked about Docker. Docker is just when you want to self-host anything on your own. Don't worry. During the course of this class, I will teach you guys on how you can self-host anything. The normal what's called is 14 days trial. After that, you have to pay. But there's a way you can self-host on your own without paying a dime to use anything. Anything is a free and open source platform. You don't need to pay compared to Zapier, Make.com and co. Fagboyoni. Okay, Joy, I hope I've answered your questions, right? Joy, I hope I've answered your question about why it's not showing any kind of attribution. Did you guys refill the attendance sheet too? Oh, shit. Joy. You can't see the attendance form. Yes, I've showed you guys on how to remove it right now. I said just come to your Gmail node. Um, come to your Gmail node, right? Click on this add options. Come to your click on this add option, append anything to attribution, off it, right? That's how you're going to stop it from saying that it was sent to anything. So that's how to stop it to say it was sent for anything. Please, you guys should fill the attendance link, please, 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 please. With this class supposed to last for 2 hours. We spent 2 hours 15 minutes already. So I'm going to drop the recording section. Please, my assignment to be submitted tomorrow by 6 p.m. I don't joke with assignments, please and please. I don't joke with assignments. If you have any questions, drop them in the group. I'll answer them when I see it. And also, I'm trying to do something. I didn't do it with the last cohort, though, but I'm trying to do it with you guys. I'll pick a day in the week that will be going live together. Um, Currently, we are trying to subscribe to Zoom because I noticed wanted to use Zoom, but I noticed Zoom only has 100 people or so per time. So we're trying to get the premium. So once we get the premium, we are definitely going to move to Zoom. Move to Zoom. So the premium can take as many people as we want. So we're trying to fix something an AMA section whereby every week we are not going to teach. I'm not going to teach that day. I'm not going to teach anything that day. All I have to do is everyone maybe give you guys 5 minutes or 10 minutes, ask questions based on what we've done for that week. I'm going to give you the mic, you're going to talk, ask your questions, and I'm going to answer them live. Just an AMA section, ask me anything so that it could be fair for everyone that has any issues to solve. So we could solve them on live on call. I'm going to try my best to give you guys the best value, the best knowledge, and it's left for you guys to actually um, put more seriousness into this thing. So the assignment, I'm going to drop it in the group this night. I'm going to drop in the group this night. So that's just it. I hope I delivered this night. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Did I try? Did I deliver this night? Let me know in the comment section. Did I deliver my polling unit this night? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Did I deliver my polling unit this night? Jesus Christ, which one be Hebrew woman again? I don't understand you guys. You guys should calm down. Which one be Hebrew woman? Should I look like woman for your face? Jesus, someone said I should be time conscious. Hey, see, I don't know. See, one thing about me is if I'm teaching people, if you guys don't want, see, I'm type of person. I love to deliver. I will give you guys what I need to do. But if I see that you guys are not showing any kind of seriousness, I I will just do my. In fact, I can squeeze a 2 hours class into 1 hour, and I'll just deliver and leave. This one, someone is telling me I should be time conscious. Do you think I don't have something to do, or me staying longer than this doesn't mean I have nothing to do? I'm a very very busy person. Like I have two organizations I'm running. I have an AI agency. I have an academy that I'm running. You think I'm free? I'm not free. So please stop trying to tell me that I'm time conscious. If you know you can't attend, leave. It's not my fault. Let those that want to learn stay to the end, and those that want to leave, let them leave. It's not by force. At least we have almost 300 plus people on the group. Only 150 students attended. That would I go and force them? Anyone that wants to learn should learn. Anyone that wants to leave should leave. I don't know. I don't know about this cohort. This cohort is really stressing me for real. We've not even started. You guys are stressing me. Like I don't know. Guys allow me breathe too. Sometimes I don't even want to read comment sections. I don't want to read it. Even not because of questions. I don't want to read it because most of you are very, very annoying for you. You think I have the time? Okay, so is there any question before we end this class? I'm going to drop the recording section, please. You guys should go through it and you guys can ask questions after. Let's go. This is the attendance sheets. These are attendance sheets. Attendance link. I'm going to drop it again. I'm going to drop it again for the last time. I've dropped the attendance link again for the last time. I've dropped the attendance link again. Please check. All right. So that's all for tonight. Thank you, everyone. See you guys on Sunday. See you guys on Sunday for our next class by 8 p.m. I'm going to see you guys on Sunday by 8 p.m. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all. Bye for now.